Good morning. Welcome to the Howdy Boomy podcast. Today is Monday. It is the 15th of April. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. It was very interesting watching the Masters. A bit of tradition, which was nice, considering all the turmoil we have in this country today. Iran attacked Israel, but that's a subject for a different day. And we're going on 4/15 today, which is Income Tax Day, one of the favorite days of Uncle Sam. And I hope everything goes well with your taxes. I hope you get money back, because we seem to be pouring money down a sewer. I went to an all-male Catholic high school in the city of Chicago. There you went either on to college or you became a Chicago policeman or fireman. I had a lot of friends who were Chicago policemen. And in 1968, the Democratic National Committee was held in the city of Chicago. I could tell you stories that would curl your hair about that week. But let's just say it was a turmoil year. Martin Luther King was shot that year. Robert F. Kennedy was shot that year. It was anti-war. The Vietnam War, we were sending our own kids home in body bags from a war that people really didn't understand and why it was justified. The Johnson-Humphrey administration was held liable for it. Hubert Humphrey is running for the Democratic nomination. These demonstrators didn't want him there, and they flooded the city of Chicago. You could not go anywhere in the city and find any green space because troops were sequestered there. National Guard, Marines, Army, anything to make sure it didn't get out of hand. Well, that didn't work. There were demonstrations all over the city, and it wound up that Richard Nixon was elected President of the United States. But they demonstrated for 5 days in that city, and they tore it apart. They rioted. 1968 was a very, very tumultuous year. This is 2024. The Democratic National Convention is having their Chicago convention this year. I just saw a video of activists in Chicago applauding the fact that Iran struck again in Israel. Iran wanted to kill Israel. They wanted to get rid of Israel. It brought the crowd to a standing ovation. Think about that. We have demonstrators in Michigan yelling, "Death to Israel, death to America." When was the last time you heard demonstrations in your town condemning death to America? Where did these people come from? Well, let me remind you. A few years ago, we had an administration where the President of the United States had a middle name of Hussein. You get where his allegiances lie. He started admitting people into this country from the Middle East, and now you know what we have. Remember, there's been over 7 million people crossing our borders under this administration. 1.8 million are what they call gotaways. We never know what happened. Who are these people? In Russia, a few months ago, about 150 people were killed by Muslim terrorists who shot people up in an opera house at not a convention, at a demonstration for music. How many did it take? 4. It only took 4 terrorists out of 1.8 million gotaways. You think there are any terrorists in this country? Now, if you sit there and take a look at the demonstrations across the country, where our administration has totally abandoned Israel. Why? Well, the demonstrations are against Israel and for Hamas, for Palestine. We have a pro-Palestinian people in the administration. Secretary Blinken likes Iran. Secretary Sullivan likes Iran. We gave Iran $6 billion. Do you think they're using that for humanitarian? Do you think they're using that to buy Girl Scout cookies? They're using it for terrorism, using their proxies to attack Israel. Israel was attacked by Hamas. They're going after Hamas. as they rightly should, because these people said they will never rest until Israel is destroyed. So now you have people in the United States demonstrating against Israel. Death to America. In Michigan, we have people represented by a woman, Ms. Tlaib, who hates America. If you're a terrorist, what congressional district are you going to go into? So now we have a convention in Chicago with people planning a mass demonstration for Palestine against Israel. Joe Biden wants to get elected, so he's abandoning Israel now. And this Democratic convention in Chicago is going to be a travesty. And one reason I say that overall is that now you have a woke generation, defund the police, no bail. Police are being shot every day. There's going to be some police shot in the city of Chicago. And it's going to be at the hands of the woke generation. It's going to be at the hands of the Biden administration. We have to get law and order back to our country. It is insanity. If they went after the criminals and Hamas the way they're going after Donald Trump, our problems would be solved. Remember, 1968, it wound up with a Republican president. The only good that would happen out of this convention in Chicago in 2024 is if Donald Trump was elected president of the United States. The press is going to see that it doesn't happen. The Department of Justice that is weaponized by the Biden administration is going to see that that doesn't happen. Let's be Americans. Let's vote. Let's vote American. Let's take our country back. I hope you have a great day. More to come. Watch the Howdy Boomy podcast, the Howdy Boomy Show on the YouTube channel. Just punch in the Howdy Boomy Show. Truth, justice, and the American way. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.